Hi there, marhaba, good afternoon from the incredible region of Cappadocia in central Turkey. What you saw there is apparently, according to somebody who gave me a little information about it another time when I was here previously, this is a goddess temple that is like 3,000 or 4,000 years old. Absolutely incredible. So it has been a while since I have posted on this channel. Haven't been very active here. I have been very active over on my other channel, Gabriel Traveler, posting lots of videos from my travels all around the world the past number of years. If you might be kind of confused about this video popping up because you don't recognize the name Inner Quest, then this used to be Gabriel Kundalini. I changed the name over to Inner Quest a few years ago. So out here you're seeing what are called fairy chimneys, natural geological phenomenon all throughout this region of Turkey. And if you look closely, and I will show you closely in just a second, then there are doors and windows carved by humans, caves inside of these structures, and also cliffs, as well as massive underground cities scattered all throughout this area. This is my favorite place on earth. Absolutely fascinating, strange, mysterious, beautiful, and very, very unique. So I will be getting to the subject of this video in just a second. I wanted to go inside this one here and give you an inside look of one of the cave dwellings, perhaps. Many of them, such as up there, were pigeon roosts. The local people used pigeon guano to fertilize their crops. Here you can see lots of trees, I guess fruit trees here. But back over the centuries and millennia, because this area, as I just mentioned, thousands of years old goddess temple, this area has been inhabited by humans for many thousands of years. And so one of the ways that they survived was they utilized the pigeons, the guano, and also I guess they might have eaten them as well. And so they made these caves with dozens of different little cubby holes inside for the pigeons to roost and live there. So here you have some really interesting designs. You can see a little light coming through there. This also seems to have some of the pigeon cubby holes right there. And there. But it also makes a very cozy, comfy space. You put some carpets down, clean it up, some, homey decorations, and it is a place you can at least imagine living if you had, the necessary amenities. Okay, let's get walking. So I'm going for a walk to another nearby town, but I wanted to talk about my recent experience going to a Teal Swan workshop in Toronto, Canada. My first time going to a Teal Swan synchronization workshop. First, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I first found out about Teal and my general impressions, and sort of set that up as far as my following her teachings. So back in 2013, I was living in Jasper National Park, Canada, and one of her videos was recommended on YouTube. I clicked on it, knew absolutely nothing about her, and was immediately very impressed by what she had to say based on my own personal spiritual quest over the previous couple of decades, because I had been on a spiritual path. I've written about this in my book, Kundalini and the Art of Being. I had studied, lots of different spiritual teachers and various paths of different disciplines, and also done much inner questing, getting to the new name of the channel here, through various means: meditation, yoga, vision quests, going on adventures, journeys into the wilderness, and doing lots of reading, etc. And so I come across Teal's videos and just felt like she was really right on with what she was saying, and especially getting down to specifics, not just general spiritual concepts of be nice to each other and peace and love and be the best person you can be and be honest and a good example for others and this kind of stuff, which is all very well and fine and true. But every spiritual teacher will say that. And so that's nothing new. But she was going into much more detail about specific phenomenon and ideas and controversial topics, and giving, specific information and her opinion and perspective on things. And I just kind of kept feeling like she was just right on over and over again. So I had never been to a workshop of hers and wanted to, and saw that this workshop was happening in Canada, and I was about to head out on another traveling adventure, the one that I'm on now, and it just kind of worked perfectly into my travel plans to make a stop in Toronto. I was leaving the United States, caught a flight to Toronto, stayed there a few days, went to the workshop, and then flew out to Europe, and here I am in Turkey. So I knew what to expect from the workshop, having seen videos previously. So you're getting a taste here of the very interesting landscapes and the cliffs, the rocks of this area, and we will be seeing more of the caves and the carved out right there rooms and everything in the course of this walk. So just to give a general framework of the synchronization workshops for those who might know nothing about them, it's a pretty basic structure. Most of the workshop is people who are selected, but selected based on raising their hand in the audience, and then Teal looks out and picks somebody. That person comes up to the stage, takes a seat near Teal in another chair there, sitting facing each other, and then they bring up an issue in their lives, and Teal offers her perspective, and they get in a conversation about it, and they go quite in depth. Now, that part of the workshop didn't start right away. So first, then Teal comes onto the stage and, greets everybody and says a few words, and then says that she's come up with a exercise for the audience, and the exercise is based on her reading of Toronto and coming to the conclusion that one of the issues generally for the people of Toronto is that people feel stuck in less than satisfactory lives. Basically, they aren't making their dreams happen as much as they could. Something like that. People are kind of stuck in their routines, their mundane lives, and maybe dreaming about other adventures or pursuits, endeavors that they would like to be chasing, but they just aren't. And to some extent, it's just kind of a matter of not taking that initiative to make things happen in their lives. And so she says, what we're going to do is break up into groups of 4, and then each person is going to explain their life situation and how they feel stuck in their lives, and then get perspective from the other 3 people in that group of 4 on the situation and what practical steps you could take to change things in your life and start moving forwards in the direction of your dreams and ambitions and aspirations. And so it was myself and 3 women. We get into the exercise. Now, I don't feel stuck in my life. I mean, I have issues, challenges, etc., like everybody, but as far as kind of the big picture of my life and opportunities and chasing my dreams, then anybody who follows, my channel, Gabriel Traveler, will know that I have like unlimited opportunities. I go wherever I want to go in the world. I make a living from these videos on YouTube, and I have like absolute freedom to, work as much as I want, work as little as I want. I'm not, getting rich here, but I'm supporting myself with my online work to the extent that I can just keep on going. And I'm in the very lucky position in which I can basically wake up in the morning and just decide, okay, I think I'll catch a flight to India or Australia or wherever. Now there are, positives and negatives to this lifestyle, but I don't want to get into that. But as far as the exercise, then I couldn't really identify with it as far as being stuck in my life. What did I actually end up bringing up to discuss? Well, anyways, that was the first part of the workshop, and that took, I forget, at least an hour or something. And so then we get to the core of the workshop, which is Teal selecting people to come up onto the stage. And so I'll just kind of talk a little bit about the different people that came up and their issues and what I can recall of Teal's feedback and the interactions there. And so the first guy exactly matched with what Teal had said about people in Toronto being kind of stuck in their lives. So he was this fairly large fellow with long dark hair. And if you want to see the workshop for yourself, then I assume that it's online somewhere. I don't think that she posts the synchronization workshops on her YouTube channel. Wow, look at those bizarre structures. So it looks like that is all natural there. And so if you want to watch the workshop yourself, then I'm sure that you can find it, through our website, tealswan.com. But you might have to be like a member or something, or pay something or whatever, but it's probably available online if you want to see it. So this guy gets up there and basically says, I want to make tons of money, but I don't want to have to do anything to get it. That was the gist of his issue. And so Teal basically tries to kind of follow the person's thinking patterns and get to the core issue. And so they have their interaction for a long time, like 45 minutes or an hour or something. It's like a full-on therapy session. I hadn't realized that each discussion with each person went on so long. Perhaps it's, varied a bit depending on various factors, but they have quite an interesting discussion, and I don't want to get lost in trying to, encapsulate what transpired there. But basically, I found her approach to be very common sense, reasonable, compassionate, caring, super patient. I mean, this guy was really kind of stuck in a rut and just saying some pretty silly things in which it was just kind of obvious what his issue was, just like lack of motivation and unrealistic expectations of how, he was going to get to the point of what he wanted in his life. But she was very, patient with him and tried her best to bring up the relevant issues that he was having, and Merhaba. Hello, no thank you. Uchasar? Straight, thank you. What a unique walk. Not so many of the carved out caves, but I remember there will definitely be some more up ahead. So, moving on to, I guess the second person was a woman who was basically dealing with really manipulative, abusive, narcissistic men in her life. So she goes up there and she says, "How do I avoid the red people?" And Teal's like, "Okay, who are the red people?" And eventually they reveal, what her experience is with relationships, and basically, like, the woman is saying, like, the red people are these men who she's always attracted to, and then they turn out to be just horrible for her. Very belittling and lots of manipulative mind games and not being supportive of her and stuff like this. And so, of course, Teal could certainly relate to this, having experienced, her whole background of abuse, and then I think probably various relationships with men as well. And so it was a very enlightening and much more, deep and substantive discussion than with the previous guy. And so again, she, tries to get down into the core issues going on. Why does this woman attract these men? Why does she stay with them? Why can't she, see through them right away and avoid them? And so it was a super relevant issue that no doubt many women, and you can flip it and it goes both ways, men as well, having bad relationships and dealing with manipulative women or whatever. But I think it's safe to say that this is especially common with women, kind of a relationship of always denying herself and her own needs, and succumbing to the man's perspective and what he wants and all that. It's just a general overall tendency in the relationships between men and women for, men to more often expect things to be their way, and for the woman to conform to that. So here you're seeing carved out cave, markings in the ceiling. That looks like it might be natural down there. I can't remember if I saw a third discussion because I had to leave early because I had my flight that evening and had to get back to my room and get packed up. Another guy had been called up, and at that point I decided to leave. There might have been one other one that I saw that I'm not recalling, but I'll just end here with my overall impressions were that, she was very professional, very sincere about trying to help these people. And she did what I thought was a very good job of handling the situations. It wasn't about, her, Teal, just, do these exercises or whatever. It was about, getting into the other person's perspective, mindset, worldview, trying to reveal their thinking processes and beliefs. And she wasn't just telling them, okay, well, here's the solution to your problem, just do this. It wasn't about, okay, I've heard your story, now here's what you should do. It was about, revealing to them the truth of their own situation and how they're, involved in creating it. Pardon all the breaks in the video. I'm passing other people and just stopping the filming to not be annoying. Another carved out cave. Small little room there, but very likely there was something sticking out from here. That would have been like, the back bedroom or something, and then perhaps a wooden structure sticking out here, and then you can see more caves up there. And so the point of the process is to reveal people's reality creation, basically, how they're creating these situations, not to, blame people, it's your fault or whatever. It's not about that. But how their involvement is based on their own beliefs and choices. Why are you attracted to this sort of person that's bad for you? That shouldn't happen if you're fully balanced and integrated within yourself. You should sense it right away or whatever and never get involved. And so what causes these scenarios to happen when they aren't in your best interest, when they take you down a road of life that is painful and confusing and not what you want. And so she's, trying to reveal the truth to the person, and then the process with the audience, so that everyone is benefiting from the realizations that come up, and showing how hidden beliefs can be surfaced, and then you realize, oh, yeah, I think this about myself, or I think this about relationships, and that core belief is therefore helping to manifest these unwanted realities. Okay, let's finish up here by showing this one last room there, which I've seen before and is quite interesting. And then also I'm seeing Uchasar right there, and we'll get a better view of it over there. And so there is Uchasar. Might be a little hard to see because of the cloud cover, but it is a rock mound that is also essentially a town with the caves carved just all through it. And so I'm going to continue walking up there after I finish up this video here and get up on top of the mountain there by going through the caves and tunnels and stairs, and then you can get up on the top. And it's just absolutely fascinating, especially to imagine, you know, the lives that were lived here thousands of years ago, living in caves, but not, you know, the cave people that you necessarily think of. They could have had quite nice, comfortable lives here. The farming, you know, in the valleys, sustainable lives, not having to hunt and gather. And then these peaceful settings and quite nice weather. The problem being, this was also a place of a lot of warfare, so there's that. And so this is quite an odd one here. Okay, I'm going to put my pack down, get inside. So it's just kind of unique with these slits. And so what this room was used for, no idea. But it doesn't have all of the pigeon roosts. It has these little cubby holes, but that isn't really big enough for the pigeons. The pigeon roosts are larger, like this. So this doesn't seem to be a pigeon roost cave. So maybe it was some monk's meditation chamber or a bedroom. So you can see, here we go. Oh, I thought that was going to be a hole going up there, but you can see the soot. So this looks like that was a spot for a little fire. And then I guess, you know, the smoke would come up here, and then, you know, maybe that was part of the reason for the slits, is to allow the smoke to escape. So some person was here making fires. There's, you know, enough evidence of that. And so very likely a living space here. So in conclusion, just last thoughts are that I enjoyed the workshop. I thought that Teal was great. I would be happy to go to another one, and I remain open-minded to her teachings and also to criticism. But overall, I feel like she is a net positive in terms of what she is offering the world. So that is all for now. Who knows when the next video will be here, but if you want to see more of my content, especially travel content, then check out my other channel, Gabriel Traveler. I will be posting lots more videos of this area here as I stay here for the next few days. So have a good one. Namaste.